guys? How you doing? I know this is quite a late one. What's it on? It's on. Yeah, it's quite a late one, and that's particularly because I was tired. I'm like, no, I ain't gonna do this, and then like I decided to watch some news. The news made me, uber depressed. Look up some Ronald Reagan documentaries, also made me depressed and shit. And here I am now, talking to the camera. So I'm not gonna say that yet. But anyway, I am looking for employment. So any of you guys out there, you need you need a guy who can prime your mom right quick for a quick dollar. I'm down for it. Okay, I'm down for it. I'm not broke or poor. However, I do need money. So I guess if you're going to give me money, if you think I'm poor, then I guess I'm poor in that situation, right? I guess that's how it works. But yeah, it's gonna be a short one because it's like 3 a.m. over here. Pretty short on my end. If I do any longer than this, it might give me an aneurysm. I don't technically want that just yet. I prefer having an aneurysm when I'm near like an opportune point to die, but not now. No. So yeah. I actually I don't know if you guys noticed this, but like when you drive a car, it feels like you're when you haven't oh god, this camera's just not doing what I want. When you haven't drove a car for like quite some time, and then you hop on doing the car again, it feels like riding a bike, right? Like you just never forget what it feels like to ride that shit. Ride the shift, I guess, because it's a car. Get it, shift shit. I trust me. I'm here all week, or at least I'll try to be. I mean, hey, holy fuck. So the crazy thing, right? So, hold on, I had to get my face cream right quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so the crazy thing is, right, I woke up at around 9 or 10 a.m. because I had to go to a specific area to inquire about employment. And I laid in my bed for like an hour just agonizing the pain. It's quite interesting though, right? Because as much as I want things to change, I hate change. And I hate doing things because here's my problem, right? I don't know if this is like anything to anyone else, but like my thing is the toughest thing for me is starting a thing. I can keep doing it consistently, but it's just starting to do it. Like for example, if I want to like go to a job like an hour early, I have to. I mean, I can logistically do that, but I have to force myself at the exact moment when it's time to do that. That's the hardest part for me. Not getting up, not setting the alarm, not even like fucking fractioning out my time so I can spend more time sleeping. It's literally the act of doing it at the moment I need to do it. That's what fucks me up the most. And maybe it's like, I don't know, like overload pre-com or something, except it's like in a preparatory manner. I don't know. There's some like psychological term for that, but I'll get over that eventually. Speaking of psychological terms, I want to get more into studying the brain. So I'm probably gonna like end up my next video or next stream, probably gonna end up like looking more into the brain, right? Because I know a little about the brain. Okay, I know a little about it. I have one. I'm pretty sure you guys don't have one, but I do. And because I have one, I'm able to use it to learn about the others. I'm able to learn about it. Because my favorite saying is always like, if you have on. No, my favorite saying is like, you are a skin suit of your brain, and you are what your brain thinks you are. Your brain is you, essentially. I'm trying to say it. And people say, "Oh, there's a soul, this and that, this, that, and third." I'm like, I'm a try-hard, sweaty atheist, boys. We ain't got no time for no soul. You feel me? You got no time for a soul. A soul is utterly useless. It's solely there just to make you, doubt the power of your brain. And speaking of power of your brain, I've always had like this weird fanaticism, but like I guess we go on this whole debacle here by making this an entire video, or should I wait that until like later on so I can upload it out later on? Yeah, I'll wait for later on to drop the nuclear hot takes. But actually, I'm joining now. So I'm going loops and circles. So when it comes to sexuality of women, when it comes to the brain using full capacity power, I don't think people understand what it truly means. Because if you think about it, the brain is borderline doing everything it can to keep you alive. And you're like, oh, work harder. You're not working hard enough. How come I can't solve a math problem without thinking 2 seconds? Come on, you're lagging. Like, bro, the brain is the reason why our nerves work so well. The brain is the reason why our hearts pump automatically. The brain is the reason why our sphincters don't just automatically just either just stay closed or permanently stay open. The brain is the reason why blood just continuously flow on automatic pilot without us realizing it. The brain is like, you understand this? Like, the brain is consistently working 24/7. Even when you do the shut off shit, the brain is still processing. So doubting the brain was saying like, we don't use 100% of the brain. It's kind of ridiculous, right? Like, it's not a hot take, is it? Like, it's just kind of ridiculous. Damn it, that should have been a video because I, oh fuck, whatever, fuck, I need to focus. So another thing too is like, if you want to get hella deep into like people underestimating the brain and fucking shit talking the brain, let's get into it. So have you guys ever heard about this little figure of this little like part of your body called the eyes? It's a little weird part, right? And apparently it has like a bunch of data in it. Not what I mean by data is like this, like, you know, when you capture a photo lens, like if you looked at my last 2 streams, my camera's lagging like shit because like a $50 camera is like, it's on like the end, like this microphone here. It's not like cheap, it's not expensive, it's like the end, you know, it's like in the middle. And so this camera is now, how this camera fully operates and works is nowhere near in comparison to how like vastly complex our eyes are. Like, our eyes are like so fucking like microscopically like gifted. It's not immeasurable, but it's like if you were to try to measure it out, it'd be like borderline immeasurable for the human to remake the eye in a sense where it's like exactly capable of collecting data the way it does. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about it, if you're not colorblind, sorry colorblind people, or if you're not blind, again, sorry blind people, you're able to like notice any or all distinct variants of shades of colors, right? And it's wild because like if you could realize and watch every single shade of color, there's like millions of shades of color. I think some crazy like that, because like I think shades can just be like anything like slightly darker or slightly whiter, and that's another shade of color completely invented. And there are even colors that we don't even know that exist that we could probably process fully the moment we perceive them, because our eyes are just, you know, that good. And then how are our eyes that good? Because our brains allow us to process the information quickly. Now, of course, it's all could be scuffed science. I'm not a science major. I didn't even get past my undergrad's fucking level. But I mean, that's beside the point. I give credit to the brain where the credit's due. Now, one part of credit that I feel like is just underrated is the fact that it was like this, right? So, you guys ever read of science fiction? I feel like Firestarter is the best way to do this. So I think of Firestarter, how Stephen King made it was like, I think either the hippocampus or something like, or I mean, he did it with Dr. Sleep too, but I'm not that far enough in Dr. Sleep to go deep in that lore. But in Firestarter specifically, he referenced a part of the brain like is able to perceive heat. And he's like, okay, so we use that part of the brain, and we're gonna make that brain go in overdrive, and we're gonna make that person spit out heat wherever they need to. It's like, wow. So you can really do that with any part of the brain. You can just like imagine any type of bullshit you want if you just truly just dive deep. Like, if you really think about it, the tongue is capable of like withstanding saliva 24/7. And it's always moving. Like, how does the tongue never get tired? Like, there's so many confounding things about the body that just make me want to just like go deeper into it. You know, I want to go deep inside someone's body to learn about the body. But yeah, cause like want to get weird meta. The tongue, it just, all right. You know what? Fuck it. This is a video. The tongue itself, like it's always wet. It always moves. It never cramps. And it's always ready to calculate the textures and tastes of whatever is entering into its mouth. I would say food, but a lot of people don't put food in their mouths anymore. You know what I mean? And there are many also like a multitude of other like factors about the body that like make me interested in biology as well as psychology. Like hair, for example, right? Hair itself. Now, I think the way hair works is like when you cut it, you like rip it the fuck out of its like socket, and essentially like a gaping hole just sitting there until like another like follicle forms. But the way it works is like, I think it's the same way with how like dead skin cells work, where it's like you shed like a fuck ton of like hair dead skin cells on a consistent basis, they get replaced like consistently. And that's also kind of crazy, right? I mean, the body, bro, holy moly. Now I got distracted with fucking mouse on my thing right there. Now, one thing I do hate about the body though is men, let's get honest here. Men in the room, women get out. Women be gone. The door's over there, thought. No women in here. I hate the fact that like the dick isn't it's weird, right? Unless you train yourself to continuously just go at it on a daily basis, I guess, you're going to have to like do some pseudo judo mind tricks to like fully influence yourself to get back into the zone, auto zone. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just, you know, the worst type that can only get on or off to a certain specific subset type of fetishism, but that's completely besides the point. But also, why is that the case? Is that specifically because I like it so much, or is it because that's the only way I can get turned on? I don't know. Like, and honestly, how am I supposed to last longer than one round? Like, what am I? What? Are you crazy? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, no, but like for real, like you have to. It's funny because like going the extra mile or like another round, this, that, and the third, it's heavily encouraged, obviously, because you know things happen, and it's weird because you literally have to train yourself out of like the one and done sleep tactic, because this is how men work. But I'm pretty sure a lot of girls know how men work because they're girls and that's all they hear about is just men talking about their dicks and shit. But I'm gonna give my deep and dirty perspective. So whenever like we're at it just to splooge and make a mess, we feel the sense of euphoria as well as a sense of just complete overall exhaustion, right? It may not even be from the act itself, but just the expulsion of said material is like it's like a euphoric, it's like the turkey shit, right? Not actual turkey shit, but like the turkey triclepticides, whatever that's like in the turkey, like it makes you sleep immediately, but you kind of get like a euphoric, goofy, nitrous, happy gas feeling to it. That's how like feels like the nut. And to get yourself back into the gear and work at it again is it's like, again, I'm pretty sure it's similar to girls, but I'm trying to say my perspective. So I'm pretty sure it's like trying to convince yourself not to do something because it'd be better off if you didn't. Like for example, if you're going home and you avoid McDonald's, so the McDonald's is the first nut in sleep. That's the McDonald's. You avoid the McDonald's because there's something better down the road. And if you can force yourself to do that, even though you really want McDonald's, even though you really want to go to sleep, then while yes, the second option, you know, the fucking what's a better place for McDonald's? I thought McDonald's was like the better place, right? Better place for the Burger King. So the Burger King, it isn't that much a good replacement, but it still gets the job done, and you benefit from not eating McDonald's because you fought the craving. Now again, this isn't really that equal or equivocal, because Burger King and McDonald's are literally the same food. But basically what I'm trying to say is like, let's just imagine the Burger King's like some vegan bullshit, like it's like a Burger King salad, right? And getting that is better in the long run because, you know, performance. And yeah, you got a salad, you know what I mean? Well, you got your salad toss, you know what I mean? While at McDonald's, you know what I mean, you just get the one nut and go to sleep. Like, if you ever perform, like in I guess ever, then you're going to be referencing that every single time. So therefore, you're not going to be able to perform at peak level. i.e., going above and beyond just one newt. No, I, I right. I just don't know. Yeah, I just don't know about the male genitalia. It's very odd. It's a very odd creation, to say the least. Generally speaking. But yeah, that's basically it. Male genitalia, kind of weird, champ. It's a pretty short one. Yeah. So I don't know. I just like being a guy is so hard, man. Like, yeah, have you ever tried being a guy, man? Like, holy fuck. Can't even imagine what it feels like to be a trans guy. Jesus Christ, that sounds awful. I need my comb. Well, I didn't get a comb, but I found my water bottle. Okay, so I'm gonna try to practice speaking slower so I can talk clearer than before, because I've noticed when I go on tangents, I end up speaking faster, and when I do that, I also end up tripping and falling and stumbling all over my words, which doesn't make me seem as literate as I proclaim myself to be. God damn, that's delicious water. This stream is sponsored by nice, clean, juicy water. Speaking of nice, clean, juicy water, have you guys heard about the hurricane swinging on by to Louisiana? Jesus Christ. Like, Louisiana has had it pretty rough for hurricanes, in lack of better words. And surprisingly enough, it's coming very soon, and the weathermen weren't even trying to like be pseudo optimistic, because like that's how they usually are. Like, even like down here in Florida, like they'll be like, well, yeah, you know, the hurricane tropical storm coming around you, but you know, I mean, stock up and stay in town, blah. Like this is like a week or two out, or maybe even 3 weeks out before it even happens. They get all like, oh well, you know, blah blah blah. Hey, what's up, almost? They get all, you know, happy and cheery or whatever at the fact that hey, you know, you might not have to travel. It could be just pass over, and then like boom, a week later it's like a category 5. Okay, fucking leave now. But like I think a week or two out from Louisiana, they're like immediately, hey guys, y'all need to fucking leave, because like this shit's going to murder the entire town. You remember Katrina? Multiply that by 3 and you got whatever the fuck this is. And it's just like, it was, like, that fucking scared me. I'm like, holy shit, mom called W, dude. But yeah. Oh man. So let's get black pilled, boys. I am again quite a loner by choice, generally speaking, by choice, because of the fact that like I tend to zone out of conversations very easily, to the point where I don't even remember why I was talking to the person, what I was talking about previously, or why what I was talking about was important enough for me to even bring it up. And so when I went to go to the employment place, it was an hour drive. And during that hour drive, I was able to get back into reading books on tape. And man, oh my God. Like, I literally want to tell you guys like all the books and tapes I read, and like all the manga and anime I read. Cause like, it's just so enamoring. I feel like, so the one I'm reading now is called Doctor Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining, the one that said "Come here, Jack" or whatever. That like he had the hook or the axe in the door, and he said, "Here comes Johnny" or whatever the fuck his name was, or yeah, because like the son was named Danny and blah blah blah. So the sequel is just following off that and how Danny survived, and it's pretty good. It is like kind of like everywhere at the beginning, but like once it starts to build up, it starts to like, you know, congregate and concentrate. I'm trying to think of a new fancy words, but I don't read too much to find new fancy words in the back of my noggin to spit out in front of you guys. So I'm just always just saying whatever the fuck, you know, comes to mind, and it's just not really like all that juicy, I guess. I don't know. I can't really like go any further than that, because juicy is a word that exists on this planet. But yeah, so my favorite one that I would generally have to say that I venture is Under the Dome by Stephen King. Now, here's the thing, right? When I say that's my favorite, and if anyone has ever read Under the Dome, you're probably going to be referencing like, oh, you like the rape scenes. I'm like, no, not really. I mean, they are pretty gruesome, and they kind of made me, you know, abhorrently against just joking and rape entirely, like as a concept overall. But the reason like I love it so much is because it literally like it's like if the pandemic were real, but in a sense of like let me just go ahead and explain the plot because I'm getting like 40 steps ahead before I even get to what I'm talking about. So essentially, it's this random small hick town that just gets just like trapped in this ginormous dome. That's why the name of the book is called Under the Dome. And they try for a multitude of I think weeks. They try to like break the barrier. Nothing works. The military outside of the city who was encapsulated in said dome, they like dropped a nuke on that bitch. Nothing happened at all. And so they had to self-govern within the town. Now it gets juicy because of the fact that how basically the town is run by like this council, the Legion of Councils, and the main council members like this really beta cucked depressed fucking pharmacist, and he isn't really in charge, even though he technically is the first councilman, the one who should be in charge. The one who's actually in charge is the second councilman named Jim Rennie. Now Jim Rennie is a pretty sleazy motherfucker, and he happens to have the puppeteering skills of a god because he uses the first councilman to puppeteer to say all of his orders, Jim Rennie's orders, and that means basically Jim Rennie's in charge without getting any backlash or flack for it. And because he's cheesy, he's charming, he's very homey. Say that. Let's just say that there. He's able just to skate on by with the power he has. And there's a ginormous secret as to why him having that much power and that much access to the amount of power he has in that town is very detrimental to the end of the tale. But it's very fitting because, it shows our self-destructive nature. And I love that. I love seeing humans just be self-destructive, because it's very it just represents me so much, right? Because that's who I am. I'm a very self-destructive person. Now there are tendencies where you have to sorry, I just thought I was like a fucking ghost right there, like a little like bedpost right there. Yeah, I still sleep on the floor, so what, sue me. I still like, what's the name, hold up, I gotta check. You don't want no smoke, you don't want no smoke, you don't want no, you don't want no. God damn, dude. God damn. And my PC's on 5th gear right now. I know I complain every single day about getting a brand new PC, but you guys don't understand. Like, I am actually years old. Again, I'm saying this again, and I have yet to have a brand spanking new PC. I've always had scraps, or I've always had a like dusty laptop. And I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't feel too hot when I'm doing like high processing thing. I know repeat, refiller, blah blah, who cares, but I have to say it because that's like my only problem in this universe. That's literally my own, like the position I'm in right now. I'm basically like those like millionaires who complain like, oh, the pandemic ruined my jacuzzi maintenance. I can't go into jacuzzi anymore because the pool guy won't be able to come to me because he won't be able to work consistently because of COVID. Oh, that sucks. This is the worst life ever, not being able to have access to my jacuzzi at all times. That's what I sound like when I say not having a computer is like the worst thing that possibly could happen to me. But I truly mean it. I truly mean it. I want a brand new computer, and I got one. God damn it, man. Oh, so Amazon. I said so. Amazon. So Jeff Bezos is a $200 billion heir. I guess that's insane. Like, what? All right, that's the thing that exists on this planet and timeline. that's all I gotta say about that, dude. Holy shit. Oh man. I was saying, cause like okay, good. I've always dreamt of a world where people can just, say what they truly mean. Now, of course, the concept of honesty is very, very funny coming from a compulsive liar as myself. But I mean, like, It's like I hate when people say some really vague bullshit, like they subtweet IRL, which is like vague posts essentially. Like, bro, say what you really mean and stop like throwing like all these random filler words just so we can interpret what we think you mean and thus cause more confusion. Because that all that does is just stir up the pot of miscommunication. You feel me? Yep. Feel me. Pussy nigga don't want no oops, I said the N-word. I'm gonna get canceled. Ha ha ha. I said the N-word. Oh man. I haven't had it. I'm trying to think, right? Because like my dreams, I haven't really had too many not lucid dreams. Rip Juice WRLD, by the way, but like dreams to where the fact that I can vividly remember them and like go dive deep inside of them. But you know what? We're gonna talk about bisexuality again because it's like borderline my favorite topic in the world apparently. So I guess like two stages of like how I found out I was bisexual was number one, like way back in middle school when it was like a really weird edgy like comeback joke I said as a shower thought after an argument was done with somebody, or like, not an argument, like a joke conversation. So the joke conversation based on the lines of like this dude said, "Hey bro, what's up, how you doing?" And the other dude's like, nothing much, just fucking your dad," and then just both laugh off, walk away. And then in my mind I'm like, but what if I really want to fuck his dad? And then I'm like, oh, that's a weird thought. And I kept moving on. And then that was like 6th or 7th grade, right? Like the really weirdest thought. Cause I was around like forming edgy phase. So therefore like I had jokes, like edgy jokes like that consistently. Like, haha, I'm gonna kill you with a knife. That's rusty. Like that type of bullshit. But I never like really had anywhere like I was implying that I was gay and was like legitimately trying to force myself upon another male member of society. Like I never really had thoughts of that before, so it was like kind of weird. And then also the concept of like wrestling itself appealed to me more than just, you know, muscles and shit. That was very odd. I mean, not odd in the sense where it's like, well, it's kind of gay because it's strange. No, odd in the sense like I didn't realize it at the time as to why I was appealed, or why wrestling appealed to me other than like the fact of being like muscular and strong and shit, you know what I mean? And then the second portion was perfect transition from dreams to now, was when I had this really weird dream with my roommates. So back in my good old college days, and actually back years ago, I had one roommate who essentially just, I'd say he was worse than me because like, I was one of the worst roommates ever of all time. I was bad. I would like put shoes in the dryer to like clank loud consistently. I'd forget my keys and then like try to like on the fucking lock and not try to knock on the door. So like the person who was sleeping or like sitting inside the dorm would have to walk outside and like open the door because I didn't decide to, you know, text them or knock on the door and say, hey, I need to come in. You know what I mean? I was an annoying roommate. Like, I'll be honest, I was pretty annoying. Sometimes I didn't even do the dishes. Sometimes I didn't even like take the dishes outside of my room. It was pretty bad. Okay, it was pretty bad. But somehow this roommate was worse than me, right? And he was like toxically masculine to the point where like well, not to any point, but he just was genuinely. And I remember one time specifically, he left like just a slab of raw chicken just sitting on the counter, just chilling there for like 2 days because I went to visit my parents or some shit, and I came back and that smells rank. First time I ever smelled rotted flesh ever in my life. That was delicious. That was a wonderful aroma to ever have. Just is that chicken de la creme rotted to the perfect degree? Maggots seeping in the flesh. It's gonna taste wonderful with the salmonella juices. Like it's just crazy. And I cleaned that shit up and then I just, you know, just like went on about my day. And about a month later from that, I go to sleep and I have this really, really vivid dream where I could actually move. It was almost a lucid dream, but I couldn't control anything else besides my actions in a very limited frame. Because this frame was essentially like borderline just 2 houses. Okay, I could only move from one house to the other. On one house, sorry about that, it was basically just like a tiny ass dirt apartment, like in Minecraft, whatever. Not a little like a dirt apartment. It's like a 1-room apartment. It's like very small. It had like a fence around it, and there's like spotlights just shining down everywhere consistently. It was almost like someone was like flying, and then like they had spotlights beaming down for no reason. It's like, that's a giant waste of power, by the way. Like, what the fuck? Like you could say, oh, there's skyscrapers. There weren't any skyscrapers to beam the lights down, so therefore like there's no point to those lights beaming down in the first place. So, like, where they even come from. So therefore like that doesn't work. So yeah, so there's beaming lights, and then like again, fence around my house, grass, and my house specifically was brown. I don't remember exactly the same color, like brown or orange, something innocuous like that. But the house in front of me was blue. It was vividly blue, like hardcore, like bluer than Adidas's shirt right here. Or Adidas, my bad. I mispronounced the name. It was like vividly, like it was like almost like shining blue. Like if you ever read the book Insomnia, it was like that, like glistening aura inspiring, I guess. I don't know. I keep like over explaining words. It's so dumb. Anyway, it's just like glistening blue, right? Just like really vivid. And I look over there. There's like 10 dudes in the other house's fence, because the fence is just like mine. You know, it comes right out to the sidewalk in like a little portion you can walk through. And they had the same build up, except there's blue. And then there's like 5 dudes in there. There was like a couple of them like kissing and like, you know, just dapping, rolling dice, whatever. A couple of them were like, you know, just reloading guns and shit. And then my roommate and his best friend were like on the doors, like the patio stairway to the door of said house, and they were just like making out there. I'm like, what the fuck? But they're not gay. What am I was very confused. So I tried to walk up to their house, because mind you, again, this entire reality is in a vacuum. Like nothing else outside of these 2 houses on the property of the sidewalk with the little grass growing inside the properties. That's all that exists. I don't even think there was anything in the house in the dream, which is those 2 things. And I walk to them, and then they just like keep kissing and making out, and like all of a sudden, boom, 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 dogs appear, basically insinuating that like I was definitely afraid of dogs at the time. So therefore, confronting them would trigger my fear reaction. So therefore I would like try to back away, because I don't want to go near the dogs, because dogs are bad, because I'm still afraid of dogs, like definitely afraid of dogs, even though I've been attacked by them. And because of that, I was kind of hesitant to like continuously just keep walking towards my roommate and his friend making out. But I'm like, you know what, I know these dogs are kind of vicious, but fuck it, I'm gonna keep walking away. I keep walking, and like I sit next to them, and like they're just still like sucking face and shit. And then I think I like write a note, go back to my house, like dap up one of the dudes who's like hanging on the fence, just chilling there with like a tank top and just like fucking like San Andreas wear, like TJ from San Andreas, like a tank top and like jeans and shit, just like chilling there. I was like, hey, what's up, man? Just walked back, went to the brown house, opened the door, and it was like literally my same exact apartment, like not verbatim, but like literally like pixel for pixel, like how my apartment looked like at the time. I walked into my room and just fell asleep, and then woke up from the dream I fell asleep from. And when I woke up, I'm like, what? Wow, that's a thing that exists on this planet. But here's the thing, right? I wrote it down, and I permanently remember that dream for the rest of my life. But here's the thing, right? So the reason why I think that like ties to like the awakening of my bisexuality is because of the fact that, notice how I said dogs were my just absolute worst fear. And when I tried to confront these said couple of men who were making out in the steps, the dogs immediately appeared while I was trying to confront them. So that could insinuate that when I was trying to confront my my sexual attraction towards, you know, men, I got a few reactions, because I'm like, you're supposed to hide this. You're not supposed to tell anyone about this. I mean, this is supposed to be real. This is like a joke. Ha ha ha. Get the fuck away. Back off. Back off. That's what the dogs were. The dogs were trying to fear me away. You know what I mean? But I kept going anyway. And the dogs were still there, but they didn't move for some reason. And that's basically it. You know, like I think at that moment I realized like, oh well, maybe there's something to this. And then, you know, I just decided to Google some things, and then more or less I'm like, fuck it, it's true, fuck it, I don't fucking care. But the thing is, always going back to like my first bisexuality video, the video about bisexuality privilege, which I suggest you guys check out, I kind of still went with the straight facade anyway, because I just can. I don't know. I can't really fully explain it, but like, basically, I took the coward's way out instead of like embracing, I'm bi. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just a normal straight guy. Ha ha ha. Nothing wrong here. Ha ha ha. Like, that was basically it, right? And just kept moving on my life. And it's still like kind of weird to think about it, confront it nowadays. Cause like, again, I can just like shoot on my straightness and then never think about anything after that, because like, why should I guess? Cause that's like my whole philosophy there. Cause like avoiding any confrontation at all is probably the best way to go for me, because I hate confrontation. But at the same time, not fully embracing myself is also very weird. I don't know. It's a very weird dynamic to fully grasp. I feel like it's more the coward's way out, and I am a coward, even though I am a narcissistic person. A narcissistic coward, that is me. But yeah, that's basically the whole story of like how I coming to men. That's it. All right. See ya. Damn. That is 2 videos about male genitalia. I need to stop being so horny. Jesus Christ. Like, why am I so that's disgusting, dude. I don't know why I keep burping either. I'm sorry you guys watching this VOD and shit. Like, just I know it's disgusting and just absolutely abysmal, but like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Fun fact, I did not do my math homework, and it's due in like 12 hours. Now, while I did say that, I did complete about like 70 to 80% of it, so like I won't be getting fucked on too hard if I wake up late tomorrow, but still, I should probably get that done after the stream. But regardless, I still did some of it, so therefore I deserve some of the credit, you know what I mean? Because like, hey, listen. While math isn't that hard for me, the only reason it's not that hard is if I like concentrate on doing it. If I don't feel like concentrating on doing it, then it gets really hard because I don't know what the fuck is happening in the subject. You know what I mean? That's true. That's true. That pussy get more wetter. I'm trying YouTube stream tomorrow. Not because, well, because I don't know what channel I'm more comfortable with. Because like on YouTube, the only time I did that was like a multi-stream, and that multi-stream kind of like, it was dog shit. Because like it was like cameras lagging everywhere, and it was kind of hard to look at myself lag literally every frame. So I'm gonna try here, YouTube directly. And if YouTube works, I'm like, fuck, I'm a YouTube Andy, straight up. Why the fuck not? The algorithm will love me for it, you know what I mean? But yeah. The fuck. Oh man. Like, I don't want to say I'm a self-proclaimed funny person. I wouldn't want to fully admit that, right? But I just want to know how it feels like to constantly be funny, right? I want to know what it feels like just to instantly have all the jokes, have all the stories ready, like just in your hand, just throw it to someone's face, and then like constantly like ha, 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 bellowing laughter, and like they just jerk off to all your photos and shit. I want to know what that feels like. I don't know what that feels like at all. I would never know. I'm not smart enough to know what that feels like, but I'm curious, because like I feel like having the ability to be whimsical at a moment's notice, to just like drop perfect zingers, will just woo people away from your malicious intent or just the bad side of your personality. You know what I mean? Because like everyone has a bad side of their personality, and if you're able to use humor to escape and evade all of the prying eyes of said looking towards that personality, then I mean you're gonna get pretty far in life. Not that being said, of course, obviously being funny doesn't necessarily constitute you being the most perfect human being, because you still have those weaknesses you have to deal with. But comedy itself is very unreliable. And I don't know, like I've like, so from what I've been doing, I guess, like how I became funny in my eyes, I guess, is I would just study people. Like I watch content, loads of content, and I'm like, okay, that worked because of this. So maybe if I do it this way, will it work? And I try it and it doesn't work, I gotta try it another way. And if all those ways didn't work from learning from that one person reference, I go to another person who I also like, again, consuming content. That's like my favorite pastime. And I take notes from there, not literal notes, because if I did, then this book would be like just full of, make sure you zoom in here and say a joke about your father, like you know what I mean, like but it's not there. It's not there at all. Uzi nigga don't want no smoke. Okay, never mind. That didn't help anything. That didn't help anything at all. I need to get back to exercise, man. Like, guys, how has the quarantine been treating your exercise and routine? Be honest with me. How has the quarantine been treating your exercise routine? I feel like, to me, exercise routine wise, it hasn't necessarily been something to strive after, I guess, mainly because of the fact that I don't know, like I like when I'm in the mood to exercise, I never have the time to do it. When I'm in the mood, no, I just said that. When I'm not in the mood, that's literally like every single moment of my life, except like an hour block time period. And it's just really weird. So I have to like either force myself to exercise like at a certain time period every day, like I do with the stream shit, or like just don't do it and like turn to flab and die eventually. You know what I mean? Cause like I like exercising, but like either I forget or I think the fact that like I did it once last week compensates for the month. Like I'm like, okay, I did bicep curls, I did a little bit of cardio last week, I'm good for the entire month, and I can cash in my exercise card every day and don't worry about the insecurities from not exercising. Like that happens consistently. And it's like, well, I mean, technically that's just wrong. And I think a major factor, of course, is obviously the gym, right? The gym being closed, or the gym being open during COVID, which doesn't incentivize me to go, by the way, hint, doesn't allow me to have like a separate dimension to have my reality suspension activated. Sorry, I couldn't help the rhyme. Like I was like, well, despite like wanting to flex at the gym at all times, trying to look like the strongest person there while being the smartest, while being the handsomest, while being the big tedious, I am able to concentrate on what I need to get done immediately at the gym for an hour or 45 minutes. Just go. Even if like the worst workout possible, I did something. At home, on the other hand, since I don't leave my room that often, it's kind of hard to just exercise in the comfort of your own zone. I feel like the only way you'd be able to do that is if you literally just like portion out a section of your time every single day and just do it. No matter how shitty it is, just do it. But like, the problem with that is I'm too fickle to like stick with the schedule that hard, unless of course the schedule happens to fit my spontaneity perfectly, like how this shit does, right? Like I just like stream at 11 and boom, it all of a sudden it sticks. I just wear a shirt every single time and boom, all of a sudden it sticks. Like it's just like that. So I have to find a way to make it stick in a sense where it doesn't come up artificially, but at the same time it also can be a sense of motivation, I guess, right? I don't know. I listen, I don't know. Okay, I just don't know. Let me see something. Let that 4-5 bust. Okay, so is this another segment, dude? Am I gonna drop another doobie of a segment? Am I gonna be that guy to drop another doobie of a segment here? Because I want to talk about like good old rap music and electronic music in general. No, fuck it. I'm gonna go with the penis video and the gay video. Anyway, so my whole experience of rap music, right, is that it's a bit tainted because for the better part of like 5 or 6 years, I've always wanted to become a rapper, and I've had like a smidgen of clout, like literally this much of a smidgen of a clout, right? And the reason why I had that much of a smidgen of a clout, because like I had friends who like retweeted my shit constantly, and then like ended up, helping me gain followers, but that account is just a complete different universe. I deactivated it and I just don't fucking care about it anymore. I'm too old to even go back to that account. And there's some really raunchy shit on there that I kind of don't want to have over my head anymore. So deactivating it is kind of like the best option for me on all fronts. And yeah, so like basically the experience of like listening to rap music, it was tainted because like every time I listen to a song, I'm like, fuck, I can do that but better. and then I don't, I'm like, well, hold up, I was unable to do that because they had money, and then I bought shit, and then and then the same excuse, nobody likes me. You know what I mean? Like my jealousy just overrode everything in regards to enjoying music anymore. To the point like when I would listen to rap music, I'd be grinding my teeth, be like, this motherfucker sold 20,000 records of this shit. You fucking kidding me? Oh my fucking god, I can't show one like that consistently, and that would like hinder my capabilities to consistently put out content that I enjoy because I'm so focused on like being better than people I listen to, and it's kind of a toxic cycle to be in. Now, one thing I did notice though is like you can enjoy someone's content, be influenced by them, while at the same time not be jealous of them because you're influenced by them and you're doing what you do because they do what they do. You know what I mean? But how I would go about it was based like the worst way possible. Like I'd see like Cyber, for example. Cyber, one of my favorite rappers, I'd say of all time, essentially. I'd be like, okay, so he did the bing bang boom 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 screamo screamo screamo, so it's time for me to do that. I do it. I kind of don't like it because like it wasn't 100% genuine what I truly wanted. It just was extremely similar to what Cyber would have wanted in his song, so therefore I put it in mine. Not full contribution to myself. And I feel like I leaked in a lot of my songs as time went on, right? And at a certain time period I just like said fuck it, I'm not doing that shit anymore. I just like made my own shit, whatever. And then I got too confident, made an entire tape, and then I had writer's block, and that writer's block said fuck it, just don't do anything anymore. And I just stopped making music. You know what I mean? It was like that. It was like very simple. And that whole process of in itself, damn it, that could have been a whole fucking segment. I am dumb, doo-doo head, fart breath, cunt. Anyway, that was basically how the music career just went away, just withered into the dust of the eons. And I feel like, I don't know, part of me kind of misses it, right? Because like now, after going through that jealous phase, I can literally listen to anything and still like, and watch anything and still be influenced by it, but not have it completely override my personality and be fueled by jealousy to try to become the thing I'm influenced by. I mean, like, I'm over that now. I am me. I'm too old to be jealous and use that jealousy as a sense of like foundation to make something. Like I am my own person. I can make like your shit, my shit in a different perspective, i.e. my perspective, but I won't just make your shit from me, because that's just a completely different thing. If that doesn't make sense, it's essentially like this, right? So if if Einstein made American cheese and you come along and say, oh fuck, that kind of hits, I want to make American cheese, and that's your thing. Basically that. It's like well, you can't do that. He already minted the term. It's already a thing, like American cheese. Like you can't just make it again because it was already made. Like, what are we doing here? You can do like some America's salsa cheese, whatever. You can spice it up. But like, if you do the same thing, then like you're not really adding anything to the market. You're just, you know what I mean? So yeah. I guess that goes along with like clones and shit too, right? But like I feel like another reason like why my career just like crashed and burned so hard wasn't because of burnout. Because like I literally made a tape in a week. Now, of course, saying that out loud nowadays is pretty fucking bad. But back then I was like, I was on it, and the main reason was because fuck, my brain just lost a train of thought. No, come back, please come back. The main reason was because the one thing that fueled me was making money. I wanted to make music specifically for the purpose of making money, hence the title I Hate Money. And that is kind of not ideal when it comes to music. I want to say this right now. If you're strictly solely doing music as a musician, I mean, if you're successful making money off it, fine, whatever, fuck it, you made it, okay, you fucking made it. But if you're trying to start up as a musician, like straight up, it's kind of like one of the hardest forms to make consistent money off of, right? It really is, because like you have to rely on streams and just straight out purchases, which isn't that common. And I feel like while yes, making a YouTube career, streamer career is just as like impossible feat to achieve, I feel like making music is even harder, because you have to like have someone go like, here, listen to the shit I made, and it's me basically saying shit into a microphone. And I listened to it a lot, and I made it sound a little polished, and now I give it to you to listen to, of me listening to it. Here you go. And you just gotta, it's kind of like, I'm trying to say is more cringe than sharing YouTube videos, but it's not. Essentially, it's like YouTube videos, like you're telling your opinion with your voice, and that's essentially what a song is, right? Except it's a little bit shorter. But I guess like the concept is right. I feel like when people hear it, like, oh, I make music, like, oh, it's just shit, because like it's not like the music I hear on the radio, right? Because people, when they think of music, they think like the highest quality shit, which is not what real music is, which is not what music is in general. Because like music, because if music was just only a high quality shit, then Soulja Boy wouldn't exist. Then like a multitude of things wouldn't exist, right? Like the whole genre of fucking metal. What the fuck is metal? Metal sounds like shit. Metal wouldn't exist, right? So essentially, it's not the quality, like when I say quality, I mean like the like the studio sound is perfect, mixing, audio editing, sound there. Like it's not that makes a song perfect. It's like literally everything else that makes a song perfect. And then like the audio editing is like frosting on the cake. Of course, audio editing, making it sound crisp and professional and smooth, is beautiful. But if the song is bad, then who gives a fuck if the audio editing is like top tier, right? Like, imagine if Ice JJ Fish had perfect mastering on his vocals, right? Will that make the song any better? It actually might make it worse, because like if it's like perfectly mastered and auto-tune matched and pitched up perfectly to the point where it's like it's a normal sounding R&B song, it's something about you, girl. I don't know everything, my world. I don't know. Like if it's some, okay, I can't sing. Sorry, I fucked it up. I'm terribly sorry. If that's copyright strike, I'm swear to God, I'm rip someone's balls off. But it wouldn't have the same charm as it had when it's something about you, girl. Like that's kind of funny. And seeing the video of him being like a completely floundering fish is just beautiful pairing, just like symbiotic, right? And then he happened to make a career off that, and it just congratulations, JJ Fish. Good job, brother. Like congratulations. I mean, so yeah, when people how the fuck I get to that tangent? When people listen to my music, they think of like the lowest order tier shit, because in most cases that's true, right? Because like if you're telling people to listen to music and they don't know who the fuck you are, they gotta assume it's the lowest tier shit, because like they don't know who the fuck you are. So it's this very easy assumption to make. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just like any internet venture, right? You just got to go in with risk. You got to realize that like it's basically like if you want to make anything on the internet, coming from a guy who has made anything, but if you want to make it on the internet, right, you have to realize that like it's like starting a business, because it is a business. You are taking risk, and you are going years potentially without any profit from whatsoever. So you have to have some enjoyment out of it, right? You have to, or else you're gonna be like just jerking yourself off and just shooting blanks and just like crying because you wanted to see, but you got a blank this time, and you got a blank the last 20 times, and then 20 times equal 20 years. I mean, like it's just so sad, so tragic. I mean, like you gotta keep your hopes low but high enough to the point where you can keep doing this shit, right? It's like that, you know what I mean? Kind of a hard concept, like truly grasp fully. Well, yeah, man, listen, I love consuming content so much, right? Whenever I like play Minecraft, like even do my homework, I have like some person stream playing in the background, and I was just watching some 39 Daft, and she's so funny, man. Ha ha ha, she's so funny. And I was also like watching I think Will Neff and a little bit of Bad Bunny, or a lot. I'm lying, a lot. And yeah, that's basically it. Like, like, okay, I have another fucking segment. Yo, I'm dropping heat bombs right now. Call me Heat more, because I'm spitting flame out of my mouth, and it's really skinny, and it's very precise and accurate, so it just goes into your brain very, 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 very well. Okay. Parasocial relationships. Now, I don't know the exact definition of what that is or why it's called the way it is, but what I know of it is like when you look at Leafy's here, right? Leafy's a perfect example. The people who love to, just to get off to calling people cringe and ugly and fat and dumb, basically bullying people in like the actual sense of the word, they attach themselves to Leafy because Leafy does that shit, except he gets paid to do it, you know what I mean? And like, oh yeah, Leafy's the hardcorest motherfucker. He's lit videos. Yeah. Leafy, baby. Oh, that's my childhood. I love me some Leafy. They're essentially attached themselves to the idea and concept conjured by Leafy, the character, not the actual person. So they're more attracted to the actual shell of a character that Leafy made, whatever his name is. And if that same character decides to deviate out of that, you know, character's trope, then the fans be like, wait a minute, come back to what I liked you for. Come back over here. And also, it goes to the fact where it's obsessive to the point where it's like you are in love with them, right? Like any, like Pokemon, for example, right? Like you see, like that one favorite video of mine is like XOXO, whatever his name was, dropped $600. He donated $600, and then like the TTS said something like, will you please be my girlfriend? And she was walking away from the stream. Like, that's the parasocial relationship, because you automatically assume that since, you know, you like her content, she's gonna like you back for liking her content, and you like her for having the personality she does, and so you're gonna think she's gonna like you back because you like her for having personality she does, even though that's not necessarily one that could be the true one. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that. And it's really hard to avoid just attaching yourself to a parasocial relationship if you consistently watch like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, basically any form of apparatus on the internet, because it's very easy to attach yourself to someone on the internet, because like they have to leak multitudes of the personality into the messaging they're sending out, or like into the videos, whatever the fuck they're making, because of the fact that like it's going on the internet, a very, very like one barrier away from talking to the actual person who made the content, right? While if it's like an actor, a movie star, like if it's like fucking Chris Hemsworth, like the only way you're ever going to meet him is through Twitter. And let's be honest, a lot of A-list celebrities aren't going on Twitter to say hi to their fans. They just aren't. They have like someone else to handle their Twitter. So basically, you're never going to meet them ever in your life. And even if you meet them, you're like, oh, hi, whatever. They're going to be like, hi there, little fucking peasant. You have under $10 million on your bank account. And they're just gonna like treat you like, you know, like you're a different type of person, because technically speaking, in the capitalist form, you are, right? You're not at that level. So therefore they don't really see you as equals, I guess, and therefore they're unattainable to truly have the like hardcore grasp of parasocial relationship, unless of course they start like delving into like personality-esque traits. Like for example, if Chris Hemsworth just said fuck it, my wife had an abortion, and then all of a sudden that personal story you're able to latch yourself onto, because you know you either had abortion, or like you think abortion is bad, or you like him, and therefore you like piggyback on his opinions. Like it's like essentially the YouTube, Twitch, the internet apparatus, like it allows people to attach themselves to personalities very easily, because of the fact that like anything that can be said from a personal basis can be attached to, right, very easily. And that medium being very, you know, just one barrier, you know, the social media thing, and also the fact like the content they make can be commented on as well. So basically there's constant communication between the fan and the content creator on the internet. While with the A-list celebrity, the content you ever get from them is either like fan mail, which let's be honest, it's 2020, or fucking Twitter feed, which let's be honest, Secretary is 2020. So therefore, not possible. Now, the best way to avoid getting parasocial relationships as a constant content creator is either being rich. No, I'm fucking I was gonna say be rich, because like you can just buy, you know, you like donate to them and then like get your nut off that way and just never think about it again. But that's the oh my god, that's the whole entire bucket of worms. But like the best way to do is either like diversifying your content, or realizing when you're going a bit too far. When you start to feel an emotional reaction whenever like the content creator goes through something personally, like it actually hurts you, then maybe you should back off a bit, right? Like for example, I was like watching some streamer of mine that I consume a lot. I don't consume a streamer, but like I consume the content a lot. And they're like, yeah, I fucking hate this guy. And then immediately I'm like, I fucking hate him too, even though I had like no reason to hate him at all. And it's just immediate reaction, gut reaction. It's kind of crazy, because the content creator said they hated him, so I want to relate to them very easily. It's a thing. So to avoid that, I guess like this thing, like you don't know what the line is. You don't know what the true line is of taking it too far when it comes to parasocial relationships, right? You just don't know because you feel like, well, I mean, I like their content, so they must like me for liking their content, right? Because hey, I like their content. It's gotta be fair. Like that's what you think as a fan. That's what I think as a fan. And therefore, it's easy to assume that all parasocial relationship people think the same way. And you're gonna be in the comments like, ha ha ha, you crazy bitch. And then they're gonna look at that and be like, whoa, why'd you call me a bitch, dude? And then you're gonna comment back and be like, well, I was kidding. How we're friends. And then the content creator can be like, I don't know you, but okay, don't call me a bitch. Like it's just very odd. Diversifying your content is the best way to do this. I guess another way too is like realize that like at the end of the day, they are product. This is if you have to reduce the consumption this way, it'll make everything a lot easier for you. To, like where this parasocial relationship dynamic isn't that like gripping your soul. At the end of the day, the person you're watching is just product. All right, it's like a fucking water bottle. You drink the water, and you're done. Right? You watch the video, and you're just done. Right? You can choose either to continuously buying the product or watching the videos to consume it consistently. However, if that's the only thing you consume, then for example, if you only consume like fucking gravy water all day, then you're kind of gonna have a shitty diet and become obsessed with gravy water and think gravy water is the only thing you need in your life to fully sustain yourself, which is just not true. Again, of course, I'm not the best man of analogies, but you get my point, right? If you're able to diversify the obsession of your content, you're able to, number one, support multiple communities, which may or may not be your true intent, and number two, you're able to stand for multiple people, and that's just cool that way. Like you're able to multitask and be a multi-stand tasker. Like that's cool to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know what the fuck that video was, but it sounded goddamn good to me. You're fucking watching right now, a piece of shit. So there you go. Shut the fuck up. Suck my dick, dude. And I got these fucking feelings on a motherfucking day, bruh. Like I'm gonna be honest though, like. I was watching a Dr. K video. It was like about ADHD with and Mizkif and shit, and like a lot of stuff's making sense after watching that video. I'm not saying Dr. K solved my ADHD because I still need to get that shit fixed, but like a lot of stuff's making sense. Like I'm able to like fully grasp on the tangents now and like just dive on them consistently, and I'm also able to just just use the fact that I can't think straight as an advantage. Because let me tell you something. So when I went to that employment place, right? Okay, before you get there, if I ever take one step outside, that's like an hour long story, by the way. I just noticed that like I literally have an hour long story every time I step outside, even though it's like for like 2 seconds, because it's like fucking different. Like I'll be like, yes, I was walking outside and the air molecules are hitting different today. Like the 65 Celsius weather made the air molecules a bit fractionally off. Therefore, when I breathe them in, it tasted like sulfur. But the thing is, sulfur is bad. So I went to investigate, and it's a whole fucking yeah. So at the place of employment where I was, trying to get the employment, my brain didn't have that like full on like just go wherever the fuck it wants to go because there's so many things happening at once. So I walk in the building where I need to go to start applying or start the process of applying, and already off the bat there's like 20,000 stickers on the floor where it says social distancing, COVID 6 feet away. I'm like, okay, that's the thing. There's lines everywhere. It's like very distracting, very vivid, very popping, very pattern orientated, right? And then there's like 13, 14 people in the room, and they're all like breathing, talking, moving, and that's just like I have to keep track of all of them, or else I'm going to like literally like have a panic attack if I don't know where every single person is in the room. So I have to keep track of all of them in my mind passively, and then while that's happening, I have to walk, breathe, talk, think, and chew my gum. I think I had gum at the moment. Also wear a mask. I had to make sure I was wearing it appropriately. I had to do all that shit. So that's like 3 things already. The fourth thing I had to keep focus on was the conversation, right? Because at the end of the day, listening to the conversations coming into a building, you have no idea what the fuck's going to happen in there. It's very helpful because you have background information if anyone else asks you a question that you can reference to, right? They go like, hey, are you new here? What do you know about building C? And then you can take reference from someone talking about building C 2 hours ago because they mentioned it when they had to take a dump there. You're like, oh yeah, building C. Lace took a dump there last. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, what's up? How you doing? Like you do, like, it'll help in those like small situations. And That's like 5 things, right? And the 6th thing also was like the guy coming up to talk to me. And the 7th thing was trying to act normal while talking to him, because I have a problem when it comes to like spaces that are like a multitude of people. Because like my thing is, right, oddly enough, because like when Mizkif was describing his ADHD, when it comes to being in spaces with like a multitude of things, he's unable to focus because there's too many things to get distracted on. I'm literally the opposite, where if there's like a lot of things going on in the background, I'm able to fully concentrate on what I need to do to get done, because like everything else, all my thoughts are focusing on the things in the background. You know what I mean? Like it's just very easy to get like the main like 40% of my brain, or 40% of my fully functioning social brain, and just focus that towards the conversation. And if it's like this, like nothing going on in the background, I will get lost easy. I will just daze the fuck out. And so yeah, so he came to me and he started talking to me, and I'm like, yes, that's my name. And then like he was like, you're I don't, like he's getting real nervous, and I'm like, I had to break eye contact and go back immediately, because like my thing is, like if I'm like that focused, if I'm like Adderall Ritalin focused like that fucking hard at that point, like I'm going like gamer mode hardcore, like fucking shouting on 45 that hard, fucking I'm not gonna like be able to regulate my eye contact at a normal basis, because that's like I've made a problem with like regulating my eye contact. I don't know what the fuck the focus my eyes at if I don't, you know, I just don't. I never had a good concept of that. And I noticed him like fucking squirming whenever I was like looking at him, mainly because I was like the entire time with the mask on too. It was almost like I was like fucking like pissed, like I was like pissed off at him underneath the mask. But it's just, I was just like this. I was like this, just like, okay, you know what I mean? I was like, I was being very nice. I mean, like if you look like this, you kind of can't have any sort of regression, or else they will, you know, aggress towards you in a very not so friendly manner, let's put it that way. But yeah, so long story short, I'm able to concentrate fully, you know, on basically not having a panic attack or not looking like a dumbass so hard, like it almost cancels out my ADHD. It's kind of insane. So it's almost like the best way to cancel my ADHD out is constantly have me out in front of people in areas where it's just like consistent like activity and stimulus. Therefore, my mind can't wander because it's so focused on like engaging on those activities and stimuli on a consistent basis that like I have to focus on what I need to do and put all the effort on that. It's really weird, right? But like I don't know. Like I feel like that as a concept though is quite an interesting thing. Like I never truly understood that until I watched a Mizkif Dr. K video and then went outside and talked. And I put the 2 and 2 together, like, holy fuck, that's kind of cool. That's kind of fucking cool. Question: do I go on for another 30 minutes or just end it here? Because like here's the thing, right? I feel like I can go on for another 30 minutes, but like it's 4 a.m. I mean, I want to watch more Doo Daff. Like, I don't know, dude. If I have another tangent pop up for like the next 30 seconds, I'll probably do that. But like, keep going. I don't know, dude. It's 4 a.m., man. I don't fucking know. Oh fuck, man. I wasn't even supposed to be on here, bro. Like literally, like the whole like job shit I was talking about earlier. Like I fucking like woke up at like 11 a.m. and like the way my sleep schedule's been working, like fucking I wake up at 5 p.m., 4 p.m., 3 p.m., 2 p.m. like basically all this month consistently. And then I go to sleep at like fucking 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Like I think like last week I had 2-3 nights straight where I slept at 8 a.m. I went to bed and it was fucking sunlight just beaming through my fucking window, and I could barely close my eyes because I'm like really sensitive to light and sound, like right when I'm trying to go to sleep. Because like, oh, there's another fucking tangent. Jesus fuck, how did I get to that tangent? Holy fuck. So there are people who like can instantly sleep like that, like within seconds or like minutes, and are heavy ass sleepers. And that's a fucking talent I need, because like it takes me an hour to go to sleep, 30 minutes in the best conditions. And because of that, I am unable to fully have a, you know, restful sleep, I guess, at all times. The only time I'm able to fully have a restful sleep is like if I'm like completely just cold as shit and dark as hell. That's like the best optimal position for me to go to sleep in immediately. I used to be until shit at the fan. Yeah, man. I just like that's a talent. People don't understand like falling asleep immediately is a talent because like I assume you're like this now. Like if you here's the thing, right? So if you go to sleep like earlier before like you usually go to sleep, like it happens to me. Like I would lay in there like my body would instantly just flare the fuck up. Be like, hey bro, listen, don't go to sleep now. Your cells like bouncing everywhere. You need to get up and get it going, player. Just do stuff, right? And it's just like, bro, I just wanna sleep, body. Shut the fuck up. Let me go to sleep. Stop making my body heat up so it's uncomfortable in the bed. Make me go to sleep, please, dear God. I just want to shut off. Fuck you, God. Like you're basically arguing with your like brain, or whatever, or your body, whatever, and essentially to the point where it's like you're getting riled up arguing with it. Well, this is me. It's me. And I'm like, oh fuck it. It's another hour I have to waste watching fucking YouTube or playing Minecraft, whatever, until the point I get back to sleep and just go tired. And it's usually like 2-3 hours and I go to sleep. It's I hate it, dude. I really hate it. Like, I guess like the best way to get around this though is to just set your alarm clock so fucking early the next day, like it pisses you off that you go to sleep like really early as hell the day after that, right? So like today, it didn't really work out for me because I stayed in my bed too long. But like I'm trying tomorrow or like the day after that, where like I'm gonna wake up at like 7, 8 a.m. with like 5 now. Basically force myself to get tired and then get some sleep more than I would normally, therefore equivocating and punishing myself for staying up late by waking up early. The only problem with that is, of course, when you wake up late, you kind of aren't in the mood to do anything. I mean, early. When you wake up earlier than usual, you kind of aren't in the mood to do anything if you're not comfortable with it. If you're comfortable waking up early, that's just perfect. Your blood's pumping. You can get anything done. I remember there was a time period in my life where I woke up at like 5-6 a.m. consistently. I worked out and went to work after working out consistently, and I was just just clocking shit, right? Well, and then after I got like a 9-to-5 job, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work out after the job, and then just be 100% tired to the point where like I can't stay up past a certain amount of time. Therefore, I'll be primed and ready for the next day. Basically, it was a whole schedule. You know what I mean? And it's all got fucking fractured and broken because coronavirus. So coronavirus kind of ruined my life from a way to one. Number one, I can't travel anymore because I was like the main way of how I got to become a social person was through traveling. And number two, I can't go to the gym, which would regulate my sleeping. So therefore, if I'm able to do both of those things, I'm able to become a fully neutralized normie, because that's what I want to be. I want to be a normie again, okay? I want to be a normal person again. I'm tired of going into people's chat, typing for weird kappa, omega lol, fucking kek w. I'm tired of knowing these terms. I'm tired of typing them in chats. I'm tired of laughing at the images that appear on the Twitch screen. I just want to be a normal person who goes, what's a Twitch? Or who goes, video games can be a career? Or who goes, what's a WAP? Like I want to be that, but it's just so hard. I feel like the best way to get to that stage is either just working a job to the point like you can't be on the internet anymore. I feel like that's the best way to do it. Even though like I don't necessarily believe that 40-hour work week is like the peak human condition, but hey man, if you gotta get that money, you gotta do what you gotta do. Right? I was working on a job that I hated for like a year and a half, and I got some bank saved up, but it is kind of dwindling. But I still got some bank saved up for the job I hated, and you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? You just gotta do what you gotta do, right? Like, because that job I hated, I was able to get more experience in like customer service, also learning how to speak, and also I fully realized what I want to do truly. And what I truly want to do as a full-on like dream that I can reach if I had like infinite time and money was to be a content creator, right? And I'm at the point now where it's like I don't give a fuck anymore. I would do like I will get like I will post 100 videos, get 0 views. I'm like, you know what? I had a good life. Because like this shit's fun to me now. Like before, like my last stream was like Dirty Piss Whip. That shit wasn't fun because like all I want to do is make money. That's all I wanted to do was make money. I just wanted money. But now at this point with Escaping Paradise, I escaped paradise, the trapping hell of just chasing money. Where this is fun to me now. Like I generally get on here just like vent about random bullshit. It's based like a podcast essentially, and I love it now. This is basically like my therapy session. Like I can't tell you the multitude amount of time like this basically saved my sanity. Because today I had to do very atrocious acts to avoid the void from swallowing me whole, and I said fuck it, hopped on this thing, and then the void is decreasing a little bit more. Like when I said avoid, it's more along the lines of like that impending feeling of just eternal doom and just dread over your forehead consistently. It's like that feeling, right? And that feeling was like multiplying and just like magnifying infinitely today because of the news, right? The news is just awful. It's fucking awful. Everything about the news is awful. Hurricane, everything else, right? Fucking BLM, everything was awful. Every fucking thing was awful. And like it just like nothing was fun. So I at all. And the voice was like, the reason nothing is fun because nothing is meaningful. Everything is meant to destroy your true self. Your true self doesn't even exist at all as a concept. So therefore, if you just end it all, you'll be able to truly realize Nirvana. Like I'm like, bro, chill. I'm just trying to like eat nachos, bro. Like, calm the fuck down, Void. Like, there's a point in time for the Void to come out and listen and just speak and start saying shit. But now, Void, bro, listen. I am trying to relax now. I'm trying to calm the fuck down because like I need a job, and if I can't be like this paranoid and schizo with a job. No, I need to calm down to get the job, and then become paranoid and schizo when I get the job 3 months in, because that's usually how customer service jobs work, right? Like after like a month or 3 months, you're like, fuck, I hate this piece of shit, but it pays my bills, so I can't hate it that much. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ah, man. Flexing on my haters, I be flexing on my haters, I be flexing. There's one topic. Oh fuck yeah! I got one more, and I'm probably hop off. 1:30 is about to clock in very soon. I've gotten very good to like try to regulate it to at least 1:30 or like get around that time period, because like until I get my real PC and I can actually stream and like make it longer, this is gonna be the format for now on out. But yeah, that's the thing. So the topic I wanted to get to, the tangent I'm gonna get to, is like back to hip hop music, right? Ooh, is that like stinky? Please, dear God, please hope it's not. The topic I want to get to is yeah, good old hip hop. So there was a time period, I think in around the early 2000s, where nothing had the 808s hit. It was just like the boom, 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 the kicks, like the really like low vibrato kicks, and it kind of made your car like do a little bump and jive a little bit, but it wouldn't hit as hard as it does now. Like listen like to any like 2020 DaBaby song, right? Not DaBaby. DaBaby's songs are kind of soft. Listen to any fucking Fuck It song or Cyber song or Black Sand song. They hit or JPEG Mafia song or Denzel Curry song or hell, even a Lil Pump song. The 808s kind of hit a little bit more than, let's just say, the predecessors. Now that being said, of course, just because they hit doesn't mean they're automatically better. However, that factor just amplifies the music up a little bit higher than it needs to be. So therefore, a lot of producers can like not have a prolific melody because they have a banging bass, whatever. It doesn't always happen, but like it tends to be a case in some instances. And in the early 2000s, I've noticed like it was like the most random instrumentals ever fucking possible. Like, girl, shake that ding 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 ding, laffy daffy, that laffy daffy girl, that laffy daffy, that laffy daffy girl. It's like that bing ding bing bing. Like really just like what the fuck is that? And then fucking Hotel Room, which was a sample of Night Pushers or Crawlers, whatever that song is, like like I feel like earlier songs, they had to be like so fucking melodic as shit, because like that's all they had, like the melody, because like everything else wasn't like as much of an important factor as the melody was, because like the kicks and the drums and the snares like very like background centric, so therefore melody had to fucking stand out. Like think of any like song popping like early mid 2000s, that melody is like at the top of the fucking everything. Only thing I think of like in mid 2000s or even like early 2000s, I don't remember exactly, was a Millie that kind of had like a very like vague melody that's like almost essentially like a no melody type beat, but it wasn't, because like I had like consistently, and it's like that's the closest to like bare knuckle beats ever. And it was like kind of cool. There was this one album though, holy fuck, I can't remember what the fuck it was, but it's like it was a very cringe album. Oh yeah, it was Fabulous 1995. Holy shit. Like, listen to any Fabulous pre-2000. It's the most cringe shit of all time. I think because it didn't age well lyrically, and the beats also didn't age well. And I feel like it's something I'm gonna do that when I get up. I'm gonna pop some of that, just jam out to it, cringe a little bit, and enjoy the fact that he transitioned to be a kind of a better artist, right? I feel like, I don't know if Fab was making more music now. He's like 40 years old now. But like, I think in like, again, this is me, cloud of nostalgia. Obviously, I'm kind of biased in this scenario, you know, suck my dick. But in high school, like 2011, 2012, 2013, Fab was dropping some decent tracks. And I was like, just, oh my God, this is peak rap. This is what I call real hip hop. I wonder why they call him Fabulous. It's because all his music is fabulous. You know what I mean? Like, I was a pun lord back then. And yeah, like he's transitioned to some better music until then, but I think he's stopped now. I don't know. I haven't kept track of Fabulous so fucking long. But I want to go back and listen to that cringe, because that cringe was like, the beats were like basically like that basic. Like it's like boom boom boom, and it'd be like boom 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 boom. I don't know what the fuck that was. I literally zoned out. Holy shit. Bro, this isn't 1:30. No, I wanted to make stop. You know what? Fine. We're not making it 1:30. Okay. Call me weak. Call me a beta. Call me a cuck. Call me whatever. Okay. Just don't call me, because I can't go on anymore. I am too weak. I want to watch more Doo Doo Daft. Okay. She funny. She very funny. I need to get on that content. All right, guys. Thank you for coming out here on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter. I am on the Twitters here. That's my Twitter. There it is. Look at that beautiful thing right there. I can grab it. No, I can't grab it. It's not even real in the real world. It's just fucking slideshow on my goddamn slideshow. You know what I mean? But yeah, see you guys around. Stay ugly, because if you do, I'll look even prettier than you, and I'll boost my self-esteem even higher than it already is. All right. See you.